Hey guys, so I just uploaded my second K-pop reaction. However, it was blocked entirely by YouTube, so I had to go back and re-edit it. I had already spent about 2 full days of editing and many more of filming and doing all that. So please make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, and hit the like on this video. Forgive me that it's edited and I had to block some parts out and blur some parts out, but it was just all so that I wouldn't get blocked. Thank you again. YouTube hits me hard with the block, so please make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. It's gonna help me out a ton. Thank you. Without further ado, here's the video. Edited, of course. I would literally give them a standing ovation. I have to say, this type of music completely restoring my faith in pop music. Hey guys, this is Andre. I'm a music producer from Florida. Florida man. Today I'm going to be reacting to K-pop. This is my second video I've done reacting to K-pop. I'm going to be reacting to BLACKPINK, EXO, NCT, and Stray Kids. Make sure you punch that like button until it turns blue, and let's go ahead and get started. First video is Stray Kids with their performance of Backdoor. Okay, I love that bass. If you guys have seen my videos, I love the bass. I love the guitar. I just love music. But I love music that is played with these instruments. So that bass line has literally got me hooked already. That sounds like a real bass being played. This style of music I really enjoy. You hear that right before I went into the second verse. It was like, there's like a percussion there. It's just like signaling a new section. One thing that I've realized about K-pop, and I'm not saying this is the way for every K-pop song or every K-pop band, but what I've realized is that they really combine a lot of different elements into one style of music. For example, if you look at the top US songs on Spotify, the top 10, maybe the top 25, they all sound very, very similar. But even on here, every song sounds different from the other. Like every song that I've listened to that is a K-pop song sounds different from the next song. So I really enjoy that they bring different elements to it. Right now, this is the first song I've ever heard from Stray Kids. Honestly, this is one of my favorites so far. And the reason is because you can tell the production is there. It's obviously more of my style of music, which is like sort of funky and pop R&B. I love that stuff. They're singing and dancing all at the same time. Takes a lot of energy, so it's great so far. How many people are in Stray Kids? I really don't know. I really go into these videos just with an honest opinion, and I don't want to look at much before I watch it because I want to give you a candid, honest opinion and an honest reaction and commentaries. You know, I go into these videos not knowing much because I don't want to just go into it and thinking like, oh, this is what I'm going to say prior to it. I really want to tell you what I actually think. That chord progression, I like that chord progression. It brings it all up to song because it starts out with like an R&B funky vibe, and then it switches to like more of a pop funk thing, and then in the chorus it's like a dance song. That's exactly what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. And a lot of these K-pop songs, they have like one style to the other, and you're listening to many different styles from like Western music or many types of music, and they all combine it into one or make it work. I enjoy that because it doesn't sound like the same thing over and over and over. Whenever you hear that, it's a basic drum pattern where it's just the kick drum. It's dun, dun, dun. It's called 4 on the floor. You hear it everywhere. It's basic like pop, even, you know, rock sometimes. Duh, duh, duh. It brings up that I want to dance sort of thing. If you are just starting out in music production, if you start with 4 on the floor in pop music, it's really hard for you to go wrong. So definitely look into just doing 4 on the floor, starting with 4 on the floor. It's not that it's boring or repetitive if you know how to make it work with the rest of the instruments and the melody and stuff. That percussion, that is another element. Like when you bring different types of percussion into it, what makes pop music interesting is that you can make different drum sounds sound different and bring in different parts as if it's 3 drummers playing. It's like, and then there's another part that goes like a little drum fill. So all those different things add to the music. You don't want to be just boring and sound like the whole time and then just one little change. Adding these things here and there is what they're called ear candy. It just spices up your hearing. Did they say caffeine? I don't know if they said caffeine, man. That one, and this time it's with a different instrument. It's like a pad. See those drums? That's more of a hip hop thing. Those snares. That kind of reminds me of the Thriller when the door is opening and it starts out. Thriller from Michael Jackson. So is there a leader in this group? Because in some groups there are leaders. If there is a leader, like a band leader or group leader, let me know in the comments. I would like to know that. Back door. See? It brings a new style of music within the same song even. You hear those pads, you hear that, it kind of like comes down. I like that. They look like they're having a great time. You hear those drums on the back? It sounds like literally 5 different drum kits. And they're not playing at the same time, but you're bringing new sounds as the song goes on. That's a technique that you can use in pop music because there's not just one drummer playing the whole song. So in this section, there's a drum that sounds like a faraway snare, which you put a lot of reverb, a lot of room ambiance so that it sounds like it's far away. It just fills up the whole soundscape. That was great. That was great. I really enjoyed that song. A lot of different elements in that song. A lot of different elements. Next is NCT with From Home. Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. If you guys don't know, all that stuff, all that like little jazzy, not all the way jazz, just a little bit of blues and jazz and funk into pop music, just my ear is just a sucker for that. I love that stuff. Dun, dun. It's a different chord. Oh, nice, nice. Which is like an 808, which is an electronic drum, which is like an electronic bass sound that you can manipulate and go that, like, I'm not making it justice by doing that. Sounds like a dog. Prominence, very prominent in most pop music today. Which, by the way, I enjoy in a song like this because it's like more of a slow, like jam vibe. That type of thing combined with like an 808, like the one from That's What I Like from Bruno Mars. When you add that type of stuff into like old school jams, which is the vibe of this song, it adds a nice little element that it doesn't just make you want to like sleep. Songs that are slower like this, they make you almost just want to fall asleep. And when you add these different elements, it makes you like kind of spark your ear and be like maintain interest in the song, which is really nice so far. Listen to the hi-hat. It's a prominent hi-hat of hip-hop, and they're bringing that into this song. They're bringing a lot of elements of pop into this type of song, which is really nice. The other thing is the snare is like a tuned down snare, which sounds very heavy. Listen to it again. The chord changes are amazing in this. The chord changes are really amazing in this, and the harmonies are really, really nice. I'm enjoying this. That symbol, that is letting you know that there's a new section coming in. That type of thing is very old school, but they're bringing it back. I really enjoy this type of thing. It's almost like a timeless tune. You can listen to this 30 years from now and you'll be like, oh, you know, you'll hear some things that are from this era. Then you'll also hear things that are from the 80s, things that are from the 2000s. And so 20 years, 30 years from now, you're going to listen to it and be like, oh, it just sounds like a timeless song. I love that type of music when you can listen to something, you know, many years from now and it still sounds like it's not dated. Ooh, that run was smooth. That little ad-lib, my home, that is in the back there, listen to that again. It sounds like it's muffled underwater. What you do is that every sound has a frequency spectrum. So when you make a sound, that sound is going to have a lot of different frequencies to it. So what you do is that you cut out the high frequencies and it makes it sound underwater, and then you add some reverb, some ambiance to it, some delay, and then all of a sudden it's like you're literally underwater. So listen to that again, you'll hear here. You heard that? Right, hear that bass synth. It's following the melody, which is really interesting. And I'm in love with the chord changes. Amazing chords, amazing musicality. Really, really awesome. It's really where he hits the high notes, they cut it off, and then they allowed just an effect of feedback, which is that little high-pitched dun. Listen to that again. Make sure you note that right before he hits the high note, that dun, it's probably just a feedback from something they left in. They said, it sounds cool, let's keep it and let's roll with it. I'm assuming that's what happens because that's not something you think about. Let's just cut off and then sing it. But it ended up being that way, which I think is what happened. Okay, so listen to that again. You heard that? Someone did sing that, but then they left that as a feedback, which means like it's looping, and so they cut it off and then they kept singing. Listen. Nice. That chord progression, dun, 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 really nice. I mean, you can tell there's real amazing musicians making this type of music. Nice run again. So I just had a baby boy. He's actually about to turn 3 months old. So looking at these pictures just literally made me think of him. So cute. Ooh. This type of music is literally completely restoring my faith in pop music, because a lot of the songs just sound so similar nowadays, especially in America. You go to the top 25, like I said, in Spotify, and it sounds the same. But when you listen to this, it sounds like something new, like something that no one else is doing, which I really appreciate. I love it. R&B singers, you can hear that. All those runs and stuff, total R&B singers. Really loved this song. This song, I did not expect to like it this much. Really amazing. Okay, so the next song is BLACKPINK Lovesick Girls. So I'm going to be analyzing this one. There's already a sample going on in the back, which they made sound like a synth, and it sounds like it's detuned a little bit. I like that detuning, like it doesn't sound completely in tune. It just adds an element that makes it sound retro, that makes it sound lo-fi, which is really nice. It sounds like just a plugged-in guitar with a microphone on top of it. The amp, I like guitars. Again, I think I'm enjoying K-pop music because they add many of these elements into their music, like acoustic guitars, electric guitars, sometimes real drums. They add those elements into what seems like modern production too. I like all that stuff. I really enjoy it. That synth, it's letting you know that something is coming up, which is the chorus, okay? This is something you do right before the chorus starts or a new section starts. You add an element which is literally just building it up and preceding the next section. It's just a production technique, which I think they're doing. That little sample, someone sampled that, probably then played it on a keyboard. It sounds like a percussion, like a post-chorus, the second part of the chorus. We're born to be alone. It's something that is different from the first part of the chorus. I typically don't do this with the songs that I write. With the songs that I write, my chorus is just one sort of melody, cohesive melody. They brought in like a second part to the chorus, which happens a lot too. And it's just a songwriting device that really works. By the way, if you want to check out my music, just go to any listening platform like Spotify, Apple Music, any of them, Ray Andre on Spotify and any other platform. Check it out. Let me know what you think. But so far, I'm enjoying this. It's more of a pop style. I'm usually more of like a funky or blues or R&B style, but I really am enjoying this, analyzing what is going on behind there. Let's keep going, see what they have. rapper because she rapped last time, I think. So she might be the rapper, right? So you hear how that synth is pulsating, but it's still sounding every single note, but one of them pops out like bump, 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 bump. What you do there is that you use a technique called side chain compression. Side chain compression. You basically are telling one instrument to listen to the other, and when the other goes loud, then this one ducks. I'm not sure if you guys are going to understand what I'm saying there because that was a funny explanation. The point is that they're using these techniques to bring forth this music, to bring forth the next section, to bring forth more energy into the song. Energy, energy, energy. I've said that word like a million times, but it's... That electric guitar, that's interesting that they changed it there at the end. It's just like signaling again that the section is either coming to an end, which is probably coming to an end, and it just adds something else for you to listen to so you don't get like, okay, I've listened to this already, which a lot of these songs are repetitive because pop music, all pop music needs to be repetitive in order for it to be catchy. But this is that last chorus when you add different little things to just spike your ear candy again. That was nice. Okay, next song. So I saved this song for last because I heard a snippet of it when I was, maybe 5 years ago. Someone sent it to me, it went viral, and I just heard a snippet of it. So I made sure to include it in this one because they were singing in Spanish, which, by the way, I am from Guatemala. I was born and raised in Guatemala, and now I live in Florida. I've been living in Florida for a while now, but I speak Spanish. So I grew up listening to Spanish music and loving Spanish music, especially Spanish love songs. So I had to react to it. I just had to. Here's my reaction to EXO, Sabor a mí. Make sure to subscribe, by the way, if you like watching these reactions. They're honest, completely honest and candid. Let me know in the comments what other songs you want me to listen to. That's amazing. He's actually playing the guitar live. That is so awesome. If you guys have seen my videos, you know I love this type of stuff, like live instruments and that type of thing. I almost wish more artists everywhere would do this because I love live instruments. I love dancing too, but I have to be honest, I love instruments more. Where are they performing this? They're performing this somewhere else. Oh, I guess they're in Mexico. I don't know if they can speak Spanish. Maybe they can speak Spanish. For example, my wife, she can't speak Spanish, but she can sing in Spanish very well. Her accent is amazing. Because look at this. His accent is not perfect, but it's so good. It doesn't distract from listening to the music at all. That vibrato at the end there is really nice and smooth. He's got a very smooth voice. The type of voice that probably most people could just listen to for hours. That's amazing. You can barely tell that Spanish is not their first language. Amazing, amazing vocals. Literally, their vocals are so good. Wow. I mean, I bet everyone in Mexico was like, this is amazing. Especially the girls are like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Because this is so amazing. This is really well done. You can tell they're professional. I can't imagine if they can't speak Spanish, which I'm assuming at least most of them can't speak Spanish, that this is so amazing that they spent the time to learn this language. They're doing very well at it. Very well. It's not easy. It's not easy to sing in a different language. Who is this guy? Because his voice is so smooth, so smooth. Let me know in the comments. I would like to know. Look at that guitar skill. That's amazing guitar skill. I'm amazed right now. This is so amazing. So amazing. This is what you call a bolero, which is like a Spanish love song, like a soft, slow love song. It's really amazing. And his guitar playing, I mean, I'm just going to admire it. By the way, kids, make sure you drink your water. Stay hydrated. Amazing. Literally so amazing. They're all doing great, but this guy, really great singing. I would literally give them a standing ovation. That was amazing. Obviously, I'm biased because I speak Spanish, so for me, this is amazing. I mean, you don't see many American artists doing that, like singing a whole song in Spanish. That is what's crazy. Really awesome. Guys, make sure you punch that like button until it turns blue. Like I said, most people that watch this video haven't subscribed, so if you haven't, make sure you're subscribed. There's going to be a lot of videos coming up that you guys are going to enjoy. Check out my music, Ray Andre, on Spotify and any other listening platforms. If you want to learn how to produce music, make sure you check out my website, goldenamp.com. And with that, I say, stay golden, everyone. See you next time.